Hello, my name is Agatha and I'm making a tarot reading. I'm going to ask the tarot cards and I'm going to use the Tarot Illuminati. And I'm asking the cards about Melania Trump. What does the future hold for Melania Trump for the next 6 months, and starting January 2017 up to June 2017. January 2017 up to June 2017. What does the future hold for Melania Trump? I'm now making this reading. I'm doing this reading on the 16th of December 2016. Okay, let's see. Melania Trump, January 2017 to June 2017. Let's hope it's good. Okay. Let's see. Okie dokie. It's going to be a Celtic Cross 10 card reading. So the significator, that which is yet not seen, the foundation, the past, what's in her mind, the near future, maybe 1-2 months, her, how she sees herself, her environment, hopes, fears, and wishes, and the outcome card. I'm not going to see what's below the deck. So, okay, let's start. The significator, which is the general theme. Ooh, it's the Emperor. This, I would say that the Emperor, to me, this is her husband. The next 6 months of her life will revolve around her husband, or will be intimately connected with her husband's fate. I would say he's going to be president just because of this card. Whatever everyone else might think of. So it will be a lot about her husband, Donald Trump. One can read this card as also as a stability type of card. One could read this card also in another way, as like her life for the next 6 months is going to be really controlled. Maybe for security reasons, maybe she'll have guards around her all the time. Maybe she won't like it. Maybe she's not used to it. Moving on for which that which is yet not seen. It's the Hanged Man. It could be some sort of break, some sort of pause. I don't exactly know what type of duties will be connected with her in terms of her first lady duties, but maybe around from January 2017 to June 2017, there will be a time where maybe she won't be able to do those activities, duties, something like that. This also could be like some sort of illness. She might be ill, maybe the way her life changed is so in such an intense manner that it might affect her in some way. So it might affect her health. This is some sort of sacrifice. So maybe the thing that is yet not seen is that Melania Trump will have to do some sort of sacrifice in connection with her life, because right now the next 6 months will revolve around her husband, so she'll have to make a sacrifice of some kind, or she'll be sacrificed herself. I'm thinking that maybe she won't. I haven't seen the other cards. I'm thinking that maybe the news will go after her, the media will go after her. The foundation for the next 6 months. It's the Four of Swords. This is another card that tells me that some sort of illness. She might be sick. She might be ill. If it's not her, it's somebody else in her family. I don't see this as her husband. No, if one wants to be a bit paranoid, one can say that the sacrifice might be of her husband. and then the next 6 months she will be grieving her husband. Now it could be also, I don't want to say death, but let's say that because Donald Trump is working very hard, again, I haven't seen the other cards, as president, he'll be ill. So it could be that. It could be that she's not the one who gets sick, but he could get sick. Something like that. So he might be sacrificing his own health. I could read these cards in several different ways, and she has to devote herself to him, to take care of him. Now, the past influencing the present. It's the Three of Swords. I'm thinking she was disappointed to know that her husband won. That's what I'm thinking. This is extreme heartache because her husband won, and this means that because Donald Trump won the elections, it might mean that now her life it's much more controlled, and she doesn't have control herself about her life. And what's in her mind? The King of Cups. Maybe her husband is in her mind, in Melania Trump's mind. And this tells me again about doctors. Maybe he's ill, and maybe she's talking to doctors, very good doctors, very talented doctors. This is why she's talking, or if it's not her husband who will be ill during some time from January 2017 to June 2017, maybe it's her who will be more or less sick. And maybe she's talking with her doctors, about healing. These are very good doctors. These are very good people. This is weird. What's in her mind? What's on her mind? It's healing. It's healing. It's speaking in a way that others will heal. It's, being kind and generous towards everyone. That's what's in her mind. The near future, which could be maybe 1 month, 2 months. The Three of Pentacles. I think she'll get a clothing designer. She'll get one. She's planning something with others. This is a planning card. Everything is being organized. Her life is being organized in the very near future. Within a month, within less than 1 month, she's talking to others in terms of organizing and planning out every single detail. Why? Because her husband is the president, or will be the president. Now, this is the card that shows her the Fool. This is a new endeavor. This is something absolutely new in her life. Something absolutely new in her life. She feels she never lived this type of life before. Her environment. It's not all that bad. It's the Nine of Cups. How can I read this? The Nine of Cups, I could read this as going from party to party to party. Going from event to event to event. Being the first lady is not the same as being the president. The president does the hard work. The first lady doesn't have to. So this is going from event to event to event to several different events. Charity work, I would say also. Enjoying the pleasures of life. At least this is also the card of how others see her. Others, the outside world, might see her as someone who's enjoying all of this, but I don't think that's exactly true. She doesn't exactly, part of her doesn't like this all that much. So, hopes, fears, desire, and advice. What is the card that came out? The Sun. Okay, I'm going to read this as advice. How can she The advice would be enjoy the time in the limelight. Enjoy it. Do not fear being viewed by everyone. Don't fear it. Enjoy it and embrace it. Also, this card is also connected with children. The advice would be take care of your child, which I think she already does. The advice would be don't be afraid to let your son be in the limelight. The fear is her son is way too much in the limelight, it's way too much on the news, and she wants to protect him, and she doesn't want this to happen. This is her fear also. And now the outcome for the next 6 months. It's the Hermit card. I think somehow she'll feel more or less alone. Within the next 6 months, she'll feel alone. She might use this to go within and to try to, be more spiritual somehow. But she might be a bit depressed. Maybe that's the Four of Swords. That's the foundation. She might be a little bit depressed about all of this, she might be seen as someone who's going from event to event, to party, but inside she's a bit alone. It's like a mixed bag. So how many Major Arcana cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next 6 months might be quite transformative for Melania Trump. Quite transformative. A big change in her life. Something she really didn't expect. Something she really didn't want. There's some sort of illness here. And another way to read these two cards, that which is yet not seen, the Hangman, and the Foundation. She has to sacrifice her peace and quiet. She has like a peaceful life, quiet life, no one bothers her, and she has to sacrifice that. And now she has to be in the limelight, and she has to go from party to party and event to event. This is a completely new life, a new endeavor, and through all of that, she'll feel very much alone. And what's in her mind, another way that I forgot to talk about this, the King of Cups can also be read as charity. So what's in her mind is anything connected with charity. Maybe charity event after charity event after charity event. I think she'll focus a lot on those. And maybe those charity events are connected with children. Okay? And this is also the Hermit. One can read the Hermit like that. A way to her, a path. All of this she'll be living for the next 6 months. This could be also a path to her spiritual growth and her spiritual enlightenment, and also it could be a way for her to discover something that is truly important to her. I like a purpose, a more spiritual purpose in her life. And maybe if her husband wasn't to become president, she would not have the chance to discover this higher path. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, this is from January 2017 to June 2017. It's rough, but with growth somehow for Melania. I wish her all the best. Okay, bye bye.